Hello everyone, my name is Clancy and welcome to the Clan. So without further ado, let's get into this video. But before we get into the video, please note that this intro is about to go away. And the reason being, YouTube is evolving and now intros are a thing of the past. Now we need to get straight into the crux of the matter. And I agree with that. Because for some time now, I've been thinking how to actually do away with my intro. So without talking too much, let's go back to the Gauteng High Court in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, where when we came back from the recess that I announced in my previous video, Mngomezulu took the floor. And I'm going to say this, guys. Mngomezulu closed the case once again. And I'm going to explain how he closed the case once again. Mngomezulu did not want to go there and there and there. All he wanted to know, basically, I don't think he was cross-examining, what's her name, Pinky. All that he was doing, he was submitting to the record that his accusation of the state cooking up this case and falsely accusing the 5 men that stand accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa on the 26th of October 2014 is actually a cooked up case. And then he comes, but sort of like addressing Pinky, because unfortunately she needed to be a prompt for this particular submission on record, that actually the state deliberately pick and chose the numbers that are going to be put on record are the numbers that will pinpoint that the 5 men that stand accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa are the people that were in Fosloras around the time Senzo Meyiwa was killed. However, we did find out when during the the investigators that took the stand that no, in fact, from the eyewitnesses Mtogo, Tumelo, Zandile, that their cell phones were confiscated by police for forensic examination. And then now we find out that a certain investigator, I forgot what the name is, from the provincial police, South African police service, wrote to Vodacom, basically requesting them to do a data analysis on Zandile's cell phone, Tumelo Madlala's cell phone, what's his name, Ntogo, Zandile, Makhumalo, and everyone else that were with Senzo Meyiwa on this particular night when he was murdered, together with the cell phones that Kelly Khumalo also owned. Well, we hear it's 6, others are saying it's 8. We don't know how many exactly those cell phones that Kweli Khumalo owned. But the point is, those cell phones are nowhere to be found in this current testimony by Pinky. Of course, Mngomezulu, when he asked Pinky, Pinky was going to deny, like, listen, I was given this information to do data analysis and basically speak on the data on these particular cell phones. I was never given any other cell phones for me to come and testify on in this court. But Mngomezulu he kept pressing so that the record understood that the state deliberately omitted in submitting or maybe retracted the cell phone number data analogy of the other people that were with Senzo Meyiwa on the night when he was killed. That's case closed. That is case closed. Why would the state deliberately omit? Because they're supposed to have taken everybody's cell phone, right? Everybody's cell phones, and also all the accused cell phones as well. And then the part that I was very interested in, but I thought, okay, I see what Mngomezulu was doing there, was where he was telling Pinky that he is going to prove that the conversation between accused number 3 and Kelly Khumalo on the night Senzo Meyiwa was killed, it never took place. And of course, Pinky, she was not sure whether to answer or not to answer. We had Sibanda standing up several times to object, only to find out that he totally misunderstood what Mngomezulu was saying, to a point where even I felt Rata may have came to Sibanda's rescue, but himself, he was like, oh, yeah, I'm just trying to show whoever, the accusation of brown envelope stuff, that I did something, I did say something. Don't say I did not say something, when Mngomezulu was pressing on and basically exposing the state that they deliberately omitted the cell phone numbers of Tumelo Madlala, Makhumalo, Mtogo, as well as Zandi Khumalo. which was quite interesting because we always ask this question: where are the cell phone 205s of Zandile, Makhumalo, Ntogo, and Tumelo? Where are they? Of course, we already found that, what's his name? Longwe Twala, he was using a cell phone that presumably was his father's phone, or the father bought it for him and used his own, what do you call this, personal details, hence it pinged as Silo Chikotwala, right? But that does not mean that Chikotwala was not the person that was in Fosloras. Of course, we know it's not him who was in Fosloras, it was the son. So now the son is placed in Fosloras, as well as he had said that I was in Fosloras. And the police did take my cell phone, and then Chigi, my cell phone was in my pocket, and when I ran, and I was the coward of the day. Mngomezulu closed the case. Like, closed it once again. That is why when he came back from lunch, he had no further questions to ask, or at least submit anything to the court, because the entire case, he carried it in those few questions regarding the cell phone numbers of the other eyewitnesses that were in the house, that the 205s are not in court today, including the phone call that Zandi made to to Chico Twala, including the call that Tumelo made to the Senzo family member to say, hey, a mistake has happened. Senzo was accidentally shot and killed. So now that's case closed. But of course, Judge Rata is not, because he wants to make his own determination, which we think that determination is already made, even under GNU, which is going to be quite interesting to see how all this will pan out. But anyways, clearly, this is an instruction she probably got from the state: be as difficult as you can when it comes to these particular cell phone numbers. Because, I mean, come on. Imagine Mngomezulu coming to court with 4,900 and whatever pages, boom. And then the same lady going through them one by one until she gets to the part where there's RICA information. All of that to me felt like it was sarcasm, disrespectful, low-key though. That's how I felt. But yeah, Mngomezulu made a point, because he said some of the things he is going to argue them. Guys, we also need to talk about the interpreter. What? No, I thought the other ones were bad. This interpreter is worse. He doesn't know how to pronounce proper Zulu words. Like there's like a Q in there. It has a C. Doesn't have a Q. It's like Ikanda and Nkanda, or whatever how it's pronounced here in Johannesburg. Why are we being subjected to interpreters? This interpreter himself, he would skip things that were said in English, and he does not interpret them properly in isiZulu. He cuts some like very important parts of what Pinky may have said. Very important things. No. This is not right. This is unjust. To be honest, this is unjust. It's against Section 35 of the Constitution. And the other part that kind of like made me giggle a little bit was when Rata telling Pinky low-key that this needs an engineer. I was like, ooh. But she's an engineer, most. She went to Vodacom University to learn about all these technology. Doesn't qualify as an engineer? I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people saying, no, we did Bachelor of Sciences, and what Pinky is talking about is rubbish. This stuff needs an expert in cell phone towers. This is a person who holds a degree in these particular, exercises. And I was like, man, I wish I saw her face turn pink, blue, and purple when Rata said, low-key, this needs an engineer, because she was talking about undefined areas, and yet the towers, come on, a tower should say in Hillbrow or in wherever. It can't say when the tower is pinging in Hillbrow, it will say undefined tower. Definitely this does need an engineer. I couldn't agree more with Rata when he said that. But I was thinking to myself, my goodness, Pinky, how you must have felt being betrayed like that and told straight in your face, low key, that you are not the right person to be on this stand telling us about cell phone towers by a whole judge. I hope the defense did pick on that because they need to hammer on it that you are not an engineer. Do you agree? You do not possess a Bachelor of Science degree where you studied in depth cell phone towers. Is that correct? And I was like, oh, it's not surprising. She's the one who trained Bostein and Rose and whatever that other guy who came and talked about cell phone data and examination of the cell phones or whatever the case was. It was just hogwash. Just hogwash. Why I'm saying it's hogwash because the people that stand accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa are not the right people that killed Senzo Meyiwa on the 26th of 2014. Not the right people. This case died a very long time ago. It died at the first responders. I've said the first responders, they did not do thorough search, because there came a lady who found a bullet head behind a glass jar, and yet they said that they did their due diligence. There is no way that that bullet head belonged to a 38 special, because they did say it themselves, it's a 9mm. So it was also giggling for me when Mr. Ramusipile was shocked and surprised that Mr. Mngomezulu was done, because he even said, I thought he was going to come and put some punches in there, but then he took the floor and continued to cross-examine Pinky, whom I think Mr. Ramusipile is doing a good job with his questions. Of course, we are going to discuss his cross-examination in detail tomorrow once I get the gist of everything that he is getting at Pinky. But so far, I am happy with Mr. Ramusipile in his line of questioning to Pinky. By the way, I must also speak about Pinky's demeanor in the beginning when Mr. Mngomezulu took the floor. I think she was warned about Mr. Mngomezulu because she was very spicy towards Mr. Mngomezulu, almost disrespectful. But somehow she caught herself, I bit my tongue, she caught herself and started behaving like, and Mr. Mngomezulu was quite patient with her. He was just submitting to the record that the state, because it cooked this case, here is the proof that the state has cooked this case. Hence, they omitted the other eyewitnesses that were in the house on the 26th of October, 2014. And therefore, why they 205s are not under cross-examination. So that is what Mr. Mngomezulu wanted to submit. And I thought that was powerful. That was so powerful. You may think that Mngomezulu came to play to court. No, he didn't. He came to submit something really, really serious. Because if this matter had to go to the Supreme Court of Appeal, this question is going to be interrogated by the 9 justices. Anyways, guys, if you like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. Anyways, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Even this outro is going to go away somewhere in the middle of the video. I'm going to ask you to subscribe and also click the bell notification and also to super thank the channel, because we're getting rid of intros and outros and all that stuff. Last thing that I also want to say is the video that I did before the resumption of the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. A lot of you guys have been asking me to do more of that content. And I'm like, if I do more of that content on this channel, you guys don't watch. And I've got receipts. In fact, that video was well received. It wasn't a video, it was a live. It was well received, very well received, as a matter of fact. And it gotten a lot of people trying to get my attention, including other podcasters and radio stations. They want me to come and make some commentaries on the government of national unity. And I was like, if I bring this to the clan is just interested in the Senzo Meyiwa, nothing else. So you guys have to advise me, what do I do? Do I open a whole new channel where I'm going to be discussing the things that I was discussing in that live that you guys really received very well, because everybody agreed and everybody wants me to do more of that type of content, including things that are coming out of the government of national unity. You guys want to know my thoughts. You want to know how I feel about things. So I cannot bring it here because you guys are not going to watch. I mean, it takes a long time to create a video. To edit a video takes even longer time. And then when it's uploaded and nobody watches, not that nobody watches, only few watches, then it is very discouraging. And every time one has to beg for likes, it is very discouraging because I mean, by now everybody knows that likes do trigger the algorithm to grow a channel. I don't know. Honestly speaking, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Bring it here, start a whole new channel, and do that. I don't know. But I did get a lot of attention coming from mainstream media. They want to hear my thoughts and all that stuff that is happening in the country currently, including in the United States. Can you imagine? But we'll see how things go as we move in 2024. But other than that, guys, I highly appreciate you all. You are the ones that are opening doors for lots of content creators in this country by watching our content and engaging with our content. May you be blessed abundantly. Thank you all so much. See you next time with a new video. Goodbye.